Hello, everyone. I'm Tomer. This is Yav. And we're the founders of Tourli. Tourli is a peer-to-peer travel experiences platform. What we do is we allow locals to share their expertise and passions with travelers. Our vision is to recreate how people travel and learn by making knowledge and interpersonal experiences more accessible. Our challenge has two sides. One side is the travelers. Travelers like John Smith, who's coming to visit New York City from Germany. He's looking for an easy way to find unique and local experiences. On the other hand, we have local specialists like Becca. Becca is actually one of our local specialists. Becca is a photographer, and she specializes in a specific kind of photography. Becca looked to share her passion, make an income, and get recognition for what she does. In Tourli, Becca can meet John, and they can go on a tour together. Our solution, again, is a marketplace, a place where local specialists can post their tours, and travelers can easily look and register for tours. The Tourli team, passionate group of travelers, as you can see here. Yav is in charge of getting things done in our team. Eyal is in charge of our tech and marketing. Chris is in charge of our business development, and I'm in charge of growing Tourli into an impactful company. Our market, initial market, is New York City. We're talking about more than 60 million visitors in 2016, and in more than 42 in direct spending, 42 billion in direct spending in 2015.
Our revenue model is very straightforward. The local specialists post their tours on Tourli. The tourists come, sign up, and we take a percentage cut or pay the local specialist a fixed price based on the different product offerings. For example, here you have Becca, our local specialist that we were speaking about earlier. This is her actual webpage on the Tourli website. You have a little bit of basic information, some of her specialties, which is freelance photographer, as we mentioned, and some of the languages she speaks. On the bottom, you have Becca's tour offerings on Tourli, group tours, private tours, and audio tours. When it comes to competition, there are many companies in the market, but they all differ significantly. For instance, we have Airbnb, which is a travel hub. So they offer many different services. And Peak is considered a peer-to-peer marketplace, but they mostly work with existing tour companies. And Free Tours by Foot is, they offer tours that are more neighborhood-based kind of generic tours. And for Tourli, the way we differ is that we kind of put our focus on the individuals themselves, on our local specialists, and give them the ability to offer unique tours on so many different topics, which can vary really greatly. One of our competitive advantages focuses on inclusion. We're currently going to be partnering with many different organizations, such as the Wounded Warriors Project, and actively seek out their members and offer them the opportunity to become local specialists on our site. Another one of our competitive advantages is the idea that we are a one-stop shop, from idea to execution. So if we go back to Becca earlier, she joins Tourli and signs up on the site. First, she gets a tour guide license, then we help her design a tour. We walk her through all the bureaucracies. That includes getting insurance, things of that sort. Then she acquires customers. We help her handle payments, get feedback, and improve. And in the end, Becca has all of the tools she needs to share her passion with others, and Tourli makes it accessible and as straightforward as possible. When it comes to our marketing strategy, our idea is to partner with the multiple organizations, as we explained earlier. Now, doing this while emphasizing our social mission is going to help us create the content for different social media campaigns, which will help us then acquire customers. So when it comes to validation, we asked over 100 different tourists what the most important factor in choosing an activity is, and the top 2 factors are area of interest and ratings and reviews. Now, this is very important validation for Tourli because these are 2 big ideas that the concept is actually based on. Another form of validation is Google Stats. There are over 155,000 searches per month for tour-related keywords. You can see some examples here, and the weekly Google Trends score for unique tours, which has been increasing for the past few years.
Our accomplishments so far, we got accepted to the CUNY Startups Accelerator, and apparently if we're standing here today, we also finished it. And this time, we got 5 local specialists on board, 4 team members, 3 partner organizations in process, 2 forms of validation, both for our customer side and our local specialist side, and 1 website with a booking platform ready to go. Our next steps is during the summertime to get 10 more local specialists every month and actually start working as a company. First communication with investors is also planned for this month, and we hope to raise by September. And our next steps, we're happy to announce that we just got 2 days ago a notice that we got accepted to 2020 startups in NYC, which is an accelerator program. Which focused on marketing, partnerships, and raising money and connecting you with the right people. So we want to thank the CUNY Startups team again, and this is it. We're Tourli.
Hello. You mentioned for the specialist, you have the tour guide license process. Can you just kind of walk through that quickly? Like, what's that like from a user
Yes,
experience?
that's the regulation. In every city and state, you have different regulation in order to be a tour guide. So what we do, we're taking people from idea. We understand what they're passionate about, what they want to kind of share with others, and then we create a tour of them. We design a tour of them. We're helping them to become licensed, which in New York City, it's a short process. Let's just say that, but you need somebody to walk you through that because it's really kind of a bureaucracy thing.
Yeah, what's the sort of timing and cost of that?
The timing, I think that we can get people licensed within a week and get the license about 7 to 10 days later. That depends on the time for arrival. So we can get somebody to be licensed within less than 3 weeks. And again, that's at the same time we can design the tour that we want to work on and discuss all the details, sign the documents, and start working on getting customers and feedback, of course, and get the tour done.
Can you tell us a little bit about, you mentioned 3 partners. Can you give us any information about some of them?
Yes, definitely. I have the idea of Tourli for more than a year from now. I was a tour guide for a few years. I traveled the world quite a bit. I'm coming from an educational background. I met with Yav here in the CUNY system, and Yav is the statistician. She's started working more on the tech side of the website, and then we got another guy who's already 10 years into the tech industry.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. What I meant were the partners. You seem to indicate you had some sort of sponsorship or partners.
The partner organizations,
members,
you mean?
I understand, but I don't want to cut you off. That's great information too. But
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. The partner organizations. Right now, we're in touch with 3 organizations: Wounded Warrior Project, the Hope Program, and Women Immigrants of New York. Right, and we're in touch with them in order to offer this option, this opportunity for their members to become a local specialist on our platform.
And then it's not really connected, but you could see it as connected. I'm not familiar with the tour guide industry, so my question, I understand the licensing would be an important thing. From a tourist point of view, how would I know that this would be a safe experience? And then how do you deal with customer service in that area? If there are complaints or problems or liability issues, how is that addressed?
So it's a few things. Liability first. We're a licensed C Corp, so this is one thing, and we're planning to have an insurance in terms of liability, and of course safety instructions for our guides and how to and to have their tours planned. They're not just showing up somewhere and starting their tour. It's going to be planned in advance. That's one thing. The second thing you asked was about customer service. Ratings. Today, it's all about the ratings. We want to make it very simple to rate and to get as many people to rate the tours and the tour guides. And this is what will give the main credibility in my eyes. Thank you.
Yeah. If I could just add one more thing. Just kind of like all the other peer-to-peer companies that exist already, Airbnb, even Uber, whatnot. The company will help the customers either receive a feedback, their money back, or something of the sort. It's very customer-centric, and we're planning on doing similar things to what they've been doing.
Thank you.